earlier on it was always reservations because of the cost. It's the wrong way round. You know, I would now sort of invest more in this sort of coaching and support, because then the coaches know much more than we do. You know, and say working with Simon, as he's a like-minded person to myself, and I would say he's probably like-minded to most people out there. You know, working the pace that you need to get it right, it would just, you know, definitely take it on board, spend the money, yeah, make it work. I was always on the tools, not really understanding the business side of it. So, and as things had moved through, we've got bigger premises, more staff, and trying to keep on top of all those other sides whilst always being, you know, in the business, you know, in the factory, in the vans. Things that we needed to know, you know, I didn't have the skills on that side. So I would head off to work about 5:20 every morning and get into work for just before 6. The factory would start at 7, we'd finish the factory at 7, and I would probably leave at 8:30. So that would be every Monday to Friday. Saturday I'd be there most of the day, and often on a Sunday as well, for a few hours just to get things done. We never really had a plan. Our plan was we'll be able to sell the business one day, and probably in 5 years, and that probably in 5 years was every year for about 10 years. So over probably the first 2 years, 18 months, 2 years, a lot of it was more of systems, you know, an understanding of let's make things work better. Because it was always firefighting. You know, our days were, every day was a firefight of some description, and it was simply because we hadn't put something in place. We would fight again to keep something going, as opposed to let's put it right now and then that won't happen in the future, and then we can be better off on other things. I have much more time to myself. You know, there's always things to do. But the priorities are slightly different, whereas before the priorities it was just a firefight from the minute we got in. The priority is now of doing things in a better way. So yeah, my day is much more relaxed than it was. Yeah, so our turnover sort of 5 years ago was about 2.5 million. Our turnover now is about 4 million. Our profitability has, well, we now have some. You know, we went for many years with, you know, very little. You know, our profitability was in the, you know, a few tens of thousands on a good year. We might have a loss. We might have a 20, 50,000 profit the following year. You know, we're now working at sort of 10, 12%, you know, net profit of the year. So we're now sort of very close to looking at selling the business. We're now looking at instructing agent to put the business out there for us. But I think we have, over the last 5 years, and specifically the last 2 years, we've put the company in its strongest position for anybody to come in and look at it. 2 years ago, I was sort of touching 20 stone. I'd probably been 17 stone for 20 years, and over a couple of years it had just gone up a little bit here, a little bit there. I hadn't really noticed it. So I took on a local transformation company, they're called Reshape, and I lost 6 stone in 8 months, to the stage that I'm at now. I've probably lost 7 stone overall in 18 months. Yeah, love life now, and you could say there is a parallel to the business coaching and the lifestyle coaching. You know, it allows you more confidence, gives you confidence. We have the same thing with our fitness coach as we do with our business coach. You know, it brings confidence into yourself because, you know, people are supporting you and pushing you along.